This is an ostomy bag. This will go over the stoma and anchor onto the skin, and it collects stool in the bag. All ostomy bags have two parts to them. The ostomy bag itself that holds the stool, and the pectin gummy part that sticks onto the skin. This particular one, you're going to hear people say, oh, 1- and 2-piece pouches. This is one piece. They're manufactured as one piece, as opposed to there are a variety of different 2-piece products. The pouch will collect the stool until it's about 1/3 full is when I recommend that you empty it, because if you allow the bag to get fuller than 1/3 full, the weight of the stool in the ostomy bag, the seal, the pectin gummy part will start to pull away from the skin, and you're more likely to risk stool leaking under the wafer, and you're going to lose your seal and the bag is going to fall off, or you're going to get skin compromise.
What are some different kinds of ostomy equipment?
So ostomy bags have an end on them, which is how urine or stool is emptied from them. This particular one, this is called open-tailed. Everything empties out here, as well as on this one, it empties out in the bottom. Versus you may hear or you may see us using a spouted pouch if your stool is very watery or if you have urine that is draining. The other feature that ostomy bags hold is when you're in the hospital, we'll almost always use a clear bag because we want to easily be able to see the new ostomy that we've created to make certain that it has a nice, beefy, red, healthy blood supply to it. There are a variety of different clears, and particularly on school-age and adolescent patients at the time of discharge who really may be sensitive to seeing stool in their bag and looking at their ostomy, most of those patients at the time of discharge, we're ordering them non-see-through bags, because at that point we're not as concerned if you're going to have compromise to the blood supply going to your stoma. That almost always would happen within that first 24 to 48 hours post-op. So at the time of discharge, we keep you in a non-see-through bag, just for privacy purposes.
What about other equipment?
So the other things that we will use as we're teaching you to take care of your ostomy are measuring cards, because we measure the stomas from the beginning, because this helps guide what size opening you need to cut in the back of your ostomy wafer. We would use either paste that we would apply around the opening to help stool not leak underneath, or there are a variety of different pectin rings that we may use if you have an irritation to the paste. We use skin barrier protective wipes. Once we've removed your ostomy bag, we'll wipe the skin around your stoma, and we apply these barrier wipes on the skin to leave a protective layer. If you ever have skin irritation, we would be using different powders that we would apply over the open, weepy skin, and then we would be sealing it with a barrier protective wipe. And most often by the next time you change your ostomy bag, it would have resolved. And last, for some patients, we will use either cotton balls if they have loose, watery stool, or we will use these absorbent gel packs, Parsorb. We have you put these inside your pouch. You don't pre-puncture them. When stool comes in contact with the plastic bag, it dissolves and it puffs up and it thickens your stool. We don't use these while you're hospitalized because we're doing accurate measurement of your output, and it's difficult to do with these, but these are used commonly at home. Or we have you use cotton balls put inside the bottom of your pouch to help wick the watery stool to make it less likely that it's going to leak underneath your wafer. And then finally are some of our teaching material. There are ostomy dolls that we use that have stomas. We've also pouched everything from Barney to Buzz Lightyear to Darth Vader to Barbie to put ostomy bags with either a school age or a toddler that has an ostomy, or if there's an infant that is requiring an ostomy and has older siblings, it's very helpful for them so that they can help mom and dad empty their baby brother or baby sister's pouch. They could do it on their ostomy model. The manufacturers have done a variety of different coloring books. This is one, can they still wiggle and giggle? Answers to a kid's question about living with an ostomy. And here is another one, when I met Tipster, a child's story about living with an ostomy.